for my 19th birthday, and I'm interviewing Paul, huh?
Paul Swan. And over here we got John. We'll be seeing a little bit of him later.
Johnny.
All right, Marky, what's the first question you want to ask him?
So, how old were you when you first got into racing?
So I'm originally from Wisconsin, and I went to Ohio, Bowling Green, Ohio, to play football at Bowling Green State University.
Actually, let me rephrase that. How did you get into racing?
Yeah, so then after college, after I was done playing football, I came down to Wake Forest, and it's a school down here, and I was a strength coach. And when I was there, I met another strength coach there who was hooked up with NASCAR, and told me about pit crews and the sport and everything, how they look for athletes to be on these pit crews when they're done with their collegiate sport or professional sport. And I heard about it, and I still wanted to be a competitor, be a part of a team and everything, and heard about what you can do with it, and the living you can make. And I'm like, man, that sounds like that's a pretty cool opportunity. But I knew I'd have to start at the bottom, just like at anything, and just kind of work my way up through it. And now I've been with Austin for 2 years, and it's been really fun. So it's been in the sport since 2014.
Did you do you want it to be on the pit crew, or
Oh, yeah.
do you want it to be in the driver's seat?
No, I don't think I'll ever be in the driver's seat. I'm definitely a pit crew guy until I can't do it anymore. So I'd like to do it for a long time, and if my body allows it and everything, I just got to stay healthy. But it's a lot of fun, and it's a cool team to be a part of. RCR is an amazing organization to be a part of, and so I'd like to do this for a long time.
How did you came to start it? Because you say you're from Wisconsin.
Yeah, so I really didn't know much about NASCAR up in Wisconsin. I knew who Dale Earnhardt was and Jeff Gordon, kind of the most popular guys.
You didn't know Austin Dillons or Denny Hamlin yet?
No, the funny thing is when I got down here and I saw Austin for the first time, I was with my buddy Darrell, who's also my pit crew, and he's like, oh, we stopped and Austin told us about playing some basketball. And I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. And after he left, I was like, oh, who's that? And Darrell was like, oh, that's one of our drivers. It's Richard's grandson. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, didn't really know who Richard was yet because it was my first day. Didn't know that Austin was like a top level driver. So because he's such a personable guy, so he just came up, started talking to us like he was one of our friends. And I mean, I wouldn't have known the difference because he's just such a cool, normal guy. And then I found out who he was. I'm like, man, wow, that guy's a pretty big deal. And I'm like, ooh, I didn't know that. So it was cool.
Is that how you got to come down here for a start?
Well, so I came down here because of the internship I did at Wake Forest in the weight room, and then got hooked up with NASCAR, and then made it my full-time job.
Do you always used to like watching it?
Yeah. I really never watched it because I didn't know anything about it. Now, when I first got into it and I wasn't traveling to the track every weekend, I watched it religiously and was like, man, this is awesome. I really enjoy watching it.
Entertaining.
Yeah, very entertaining. And then I went to a few races just to watch and be a fan, and I mean, there's nothing like going to a NASCAR race as a fan. It's incredible. So one day when I'm all done with all this, I plan to go to a lot of races as a fan and have some fun for sure.
What was your first race that you went to go see?
My first race that I did was ARCA races. It was a super late model race down in Georgia. That was my first race I ever did. My first big track I ever went to do a race in the ARCA series was Kentucky. And then the first race that I actually kind of just went to as a fan, I think, was the Charlotte 600 in 2015. And that was a lot of fun. When was your first race?
Texas.
Nice.
That was your first in-person race. Yep,
nice.
Texas Motor Speedway. Yep.
Good deal.
How many questions are there?
What's the timer on?
Four.
Okay, so we got about probably three, four more questions. We don't want it to go too long.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be about racing, Marky. You can ask Paul
anything you want.
I don't know anything I know.
That's the only thing I know.
Can I ask him a question? So you're newly married to the beautiful Marielle.
Yep.
Right? Swan now.
Yep, Marielle Swan.
So you guys are both faithful, God-loving people.
Yep.
So how did you meet Miss Marielle?
So Whitney Dillon, Austin's wife, was Marielle's best friend, and Austin brought Whitney and Mariel to a Kentucky race back in 2015, and we all hung out that night. And me and Mariel just became really good friends. They both moved down here to Lexington from Tennessee, and Whitney was hanging out with Austin all the time. So Mariel, you know, she needed someone to hang out with, so I was always hanging out with her, and we just became like best friends basically. And then that turned into us dating and then falling in love, and then we got married. So it's a cool story, and it'll be a fun one to tell our kids one day for sure.
So, did you guys play kissy face that first day you met?
We didn't.
Sorry.
No, we did.
No, I'm joking. We're good. No, I'm just messing around. So, you're on a new show with the Racing Wives.
Yeah.
His wife is on the show called The Racing Wives, and there's a bunch of. So, what do you think of that spotlight being on you guys as a family?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I don't look at it as being in the spotlight or anything. Right. My wife Mariel, she's the one in the spotlight. I was on the show a little bit, just having fun and enjoying being on it. And it's fun to watch yourself on TV. It's funny. You got to make a laugh of it. So it's been fun.
What do you think of your wife getting all that attention from everybody?
What's that?
The attention.
What do you think of your
I
wife?
love it. I think she's perfect for it because Mariel is such an awesome woman. She's a great person to be in the spotlight because of her morals and what she cares about and what's important to her. She's a special person, and for people to see that in the spotlight, I think is awesome. And I think she can help a lot of people, you know, that are looking for that or just want to follow somebody who's a great person because that's what she is.
When did you guys first meet?
We met in 2015 at that Kentucky race, and then we got married this year, 2019 in January.
Do you want to know why we became such good friends or how we did?
How?
Well, my birthday is June 20th. What is Mariel's birthday?
Mariel's birthday is June 20th as
so
well.
He likes Geminis. So we have the same birthday, me and his wife.
Yep.
So it's kind of funny.
So, also, how do you got to get on Austin Dillons' team? Huh?
I just had to work my way up and start at the bottom and show I could do it. When I got opportunities, do the most with those opportunities and just prove that, you know, I was one of the best out here and can continue to be the best, and just got to work hard every day. That's what it takes, week in and week out, punching the clock and grinding. So it's been fun. It's been a journey, but it's been a lot of fun.
No, actually, get to train with him the first time. Talk to him and get to help him out with his racing. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I really do is pit for him. I don't give him any instructions on what to do on the track.
Help him with his car.
Yeah. So we do the pit stops during the race, and me and Austin became really, really close. He's one of my best friends, and you know, that's awesome because that makes it important being on his team because I actually really care about the guy and he cares about us. So it makes us want to do better for each other and really have each other's backs. It's really the definition of a team.
And how long you been living here in Charlotte?
So I came to RCR in 2014, and I've been on Austin's team 2 years. This is my second year on Austin's team.
So you only been here for 2 years?
Huh? No, at RCR for going on 5 years, but on Austin's team for 2 years.
Yeah. I was asking how long you've been living here in Charlotte.
Oh,
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. Yep.
Last question, Marky Polo.
Hey, maybe ask him about the win at Daytona 500. He was on the. How did that feel when you guys won the Daytona 500?
That was one of the best moments of my life, top 3.
How excited did you get?
Oh man, we came off that wall like it was just like
their whole team.
We were in disbelief because we couldn't believe
were you doing backflips?
I should have tried one because I probably could have done one off that wall.
Right.
Like, it was absolute disbelief. We won the Super Bowl of racing, and it was incredible, man. I'll never forget that experience that night. The tattoos we got.
They got on their butt, Marky. They got tattoos on their booty.
We had fun celebrating.
What do you think, Marky?
I don't know.
Pretty good.
I appreciate you interviewing me, man. This has been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Marky the Rock Hawk is the man.
Okay, Marky. So say goodbye and tell everybody to tune in for this afternoon. We'll be doing John Lobb's interview.
Mom, I want to show them this car real quick.
Oh, show them the car real quick right there. Oh, that's awesome. Go over there, Marky's. Oh, you got honey.
Yep.
Show them the side, Marky.
So this is one Austin Dillons old car.
Yep.
This is one Austin Dillons old car that he was.
This is his grandpa.
This is his grandpa's
Yeah,
car.
well, this is his grandpa's car that he won his first races in. And that is that like seeing his old number 3.
Mm-hmm.
And Austin, or Marky, before we go, can I say one thing for the camera? Oh, hold on. Here. Oh, Austin showed up.
Hey, it's me, Austin Dillon, and I'm a champion. I'm not that tall, but I really have a really good foot pedal. I can steer real well. And yeah, I won the Daytona 500. Hey, Swan, where's my tire? Hey, Wob. Anyways, signing out from Marky the Rock Hawkus.
You need to do a video and send it to the
Bye, bud.
Bye, everybody. My favorite for this afternoon will be interviewing Johnny. Love you guys.